But this girl has gotten on my nerves too much, so I guess I'm just gonna have to give in. I know that a majority of my commentaries have been on Justin Bieber fans, minus 2 videos, but this one is just pounding the line of stupidity of the believers.
Everybody who hates Justin Bieber, stop. Lay off because he is so amazing.
So right off the bat, we see that this is a girl who's making a video based on how crazily obsessed she is with this goofy little doofus known as Justin Bieber.
Jesus Christ, what the hell is this? I thought people were done with Justin Bieber fanfucks a long time ago. Not to mention Bieber Lover 1234, who has been an irrelevant subject for about 2 years now. Another thing I'd like to mention is how fucking boring you are, especially at the beginning where you ramble on for a minute and a half about how this girl, who according to some people was a troll, got on your nerves. Speaking of trolls, you mentioned that you do commentaries on them in your intro. You do realize that's a huge no-no, right?
Okay, well, that just brings back the PTSD, doesn't it?
Oh my God, yeah, I remember that. That it's hard to believe that the one video that started that whole thing off is still up there. Like, I mean, it's practically meaningless now, but it's kind of cool just to see the whole beginning of that whole, I guess, saga, if you want to call it. It's still like
I call it
around.
Commentarygate.
Yeah, for real. Oh my God, yeah, because it got so out of hand. It was so stupid the way I think we all did not handle it right. I sure as hell didn't.
No,
I know
I
that for a
know.
fact. Oh my
Yeah.
God, because it got to the point where it's like, okay, so one person made a commentary video on that video, and then I remember, and I know the main person. I know who we're gonna talk about because I remember her name. We're gonna get into her later. But I remember I did a video on her. So like it got to a point where you were doing a commentary video that was a commentary video on a commentary video on a comment. It was like 20 fucking commentary videos inside of one. It was ridiculous. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
it was definitely a saga of like
Oh
one
my
bad
God.
move after the other.
For real, man.
But I remember, so what happened was on June 15th, 2012, and yeah, it's that bad. I can remember the actual date.
Mm-hmm.
This is like, yeah, this is like days after school let out. And basically, this is back when I was doing commentaries obsessively, and they were all on the same thing. They were like trolls on, Justin Bieber. Like, Justin Bieber's fan base was at an all-time annoyance. And there were a lot of people. You remember Eric Douglas and Jared Milton and all those people. So I was doing commentary on them. That Bieber Lover Girl was like the last one I did. I was gonna do I was ready to do like this whole sling of Jared Milton commentaries. Like I had the first one edited and ready to go, but then I get out of the shower and I see this comment, and it's from this guy called That Red Mage Dude, and he says, "You have just beaten a dead horse." And I didn't really think about it. I didn't really know what that meant. I've heard that phrase, but I didn't really know it, so I basically ignored it. Then the next morning on the 16th, I woke up and saw there were like this whole this whole conversation between That Red Mage Dude and someone else called Muzz UK, who I had no clue who that. I had no idea who they were, but they were basically
Yeah.
talking about me very derogatorily, saying this faggot doesn't understand. Like, what the hell are you guys talking about? And I see that on That Red Mage Dude, he had this little commentary, which was that video that you saw. Now, I'm sure you remember, at the time, I was very, like, I had a lot of pride in what I did, and I was ready to defend that pride with a double-edged sword. My commentaries did get some sort of traction and some sort of response, and whenever I did, I was ready to, like, go at it with a sword. But the thing was, those guys had the following of like 2 people, and this Red Mage dude literally actually had people watching his videos, and that kind of worried me. But I just kind of like impulsively thought to respond like right off the get go, and I recorded a little video, and right as I was ready to upload it, it was basically just me reacting to it and saying, "Hey, you're stupid." But then I noticed he left another comment saying the commentary is on Muzz's channel. I'm like, what are you talking about? I go on there, and then there's the full length commentary
Yep.
from
Oh my god.
Muzz's channel, and it was this British girl,
Mhm.
uh, and yeah, I started getting a lot flustered, and you know the problem is, had I waited things out and let it digest and actually thought of thoughtful response, I think I could have gotten a good reaction to her. But I think I was just paranoid that by having those videos up there, I was gonna get like slammed with a bunch of trolls from their followers coming after me and attacking my channel, not letting me do what I want without them just thumbing me down. Well, that's what happened, but it's not because I mean, if that were to happen, I wouldn't know because what ended up happening was but it was my fault because I thought to strike back, and I remember it was like it was the worst time to be doing all this at the worst place because I was at my grandmother's house, and it was my cousin's first birthday, and you know those first birthday parties they attract everyone, so I could not do this video without getting interrupted. So I decided instead of doing a little reaction video to this very unnecessarily long commentary on me, I decided I was going to crank out an actual response, and it was one of the worst videos I ever uploaded because, for one thing, I had a horrendously embarrassing buzz cut. The camera I was using, it was not mine, it was like my aunt's or someone, had a terrible quality microphone, so it had probably the worst sound quality imaginable. And also, my response was more reactive, so and more on impulse. So I ended up looking like a complete crybaby, and that just made things worse from there. And then I took another step in the wrong direction, and I brought you in. So that's when you came in, way back when you were known as Criticinator 206, and I still to this day feel bad. So I apologize for
No, you're fine because I was about as equally as fucking stupid for even like thinking it was a good idea.
Yeah, because no offense, no offense, Dominic, but you were the worst person to go to in this situation.
Oh no, I agree. I definitely I feel bad because I feel like I made it like worse than what it was.
Right, but then
but
it was worse for you because you got the worst of it.
Yeah, I did. So I guess I'll elaborate on my part now. So I think okay. I think it was after Muzz made a video about you and the Red Mage. I don't remember exactly what I did, but I think I did
commentary on both.
Yeah, it was like something. I think I just made a video about both of their videos in one or something, and I was like just insulting them, whatever, yada yada. And that's when everybody, all like their followers or all these people like start calling me a white knight and all that. I still
white
remember
knight,
that.
cocksucker. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the thing. It was confusing because like they were throwing around a bunch of like Urban Dictionary terms I did not know of.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but you could tell this was like you could tell this was like a closely knit community of commentators that I didn't even know existed. I didn't know. This is kind of like my first peek into like the subcultures of the internet that you can find anywhere these days on like Reddit. But back in the day, I was oblivious to that things were like this were actually a thing.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? The thing is like I've never been cyberbullied before, so that was, a big thing. I was only 14 at the time, right? This was 2000. Yeah, I was 14 at the time, like 14 and a half. So I never experienced any major cyberbullying like that from all different kinds of people at once. It was kind of overwhelming, but I just kind of learned to deal with it. It was a hellish summer. So yeah, I did that one video. And I remember
there were like two or three. Because like
I made a few. One of them
was so long that
it was like 20 fucking minutes or so. It was like 3 commentary videos like packaged into one. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and Muzz hit you. She made a few videos on you.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know what like that girl's
do you remember?
was,
do you remember approximately how many commentaries were made? Because it wasn't just that. What really like brought me down was it wasn't just her or Reddit. It was like a bunch of people jumped on.
Yeah, I remember there were a few other channels. There was this channel called Lentertainment, if I remember correctly. I believe that guy's video is still up. I think I recently.
Yeah, he is. He's the one he was the guy I was telling you about earlier, who's actually the only remaining commentary. I remember.
Yeah, that's because there was a couple other videos that were up for a while, but maybe they've been unlisted, private, or deleted. I don't know. But that one is just kind of floundering around on YouTube. I mean, it's kind of.
They're all lost. No, no one's ever gonna get up.
No, all those videos are deleted, lost. All my old stuff.
I remember, because I remember a bunch of them because I mean, honestly, I think it's ridiculous. First off, a commentary over a commentary over a comment. Like, what? At what point do you stop? Like, what point do you say?
That's what was so stupid. Like, I don't think any of us thought about it back then. Because because that's what it is. It's like it's just a never-ending process. And honestly, I don't know how many videos there were. I can't even remember. There was so much back and forth. Like, there was more than enough. I can definitely say.
Well, the thing is about Muzmuz, apparently there were two people on that account. The British girl was someone else. I don't remember her name, but she was the one who. Wait, do you remember?
No, I was just gonna say I didn't know there was two people associated with that account at the time.
Yeah. There was. I know one guy was Natman.
Oh, you mean that? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, now I know what you're talking about. Yes, I remember exactly because there's the Skype call where there's that.
Oh, yeah, right. Yes, that's another thing I was going to bring up because they got to the point where they literally started harassing you.
Oh my god. When I was fucking 14 years old, I mean, okay, 8 years later, I'm 22. I'm a hell of a lot more smarter and wiser. I was really naive and gullible when I was a kid and a teenager, so I got sucked into this thing so easily, and it's kind of fucked up. They obviously took advantage of that of a young kid. I mean, I don't know how old these people were at the time.
I think they had to have been, like, they were teenagers. You can, if you listen back, like, obviously, when we were young, they sounded a hell of a lot older, but they were, I know she was like 17. So
these people were like late teens or something. But yeah, if I remember, I don't remember the exact details, but if I could try to jog my memory a little bit, they contacted me on Skype or something. I don't know how they coasted me.
I think part of your naivety was that you had your contact information public, which is like, don't do that. But
yeah, actually, no, I think I remember how they found me. I think, if I remember a long ass time ago on my old channel, I think I made a video that was literally just about my Skype, and I put out my username in it. You know, it was just for people to engage, to talk to me. Yeah, that's how they fucking found me. I literally put a video public on my channel.
I think in the back of your mind, you thought you were gonna get like a cult following.
Yeah, I just figured.
It said you ended up getting a cult following you.
Yeah, like I got the cult coming after me, basically. Yeah, that's how they found me. Oh my, I haven't thought about that forever. But yeah, it was just a general video I made saying, "Hey guys, you know, when I had me on Skype to talk, whatever." And I mentioned, and I think I even had it on the screen, like the full username. So that was their ticket to find me. It's like
they struck. Yeah, I think as far as like finding someone to harp on, they struck gold with you.
Yeah, it was like a match made in hell. Like it was.
I know. Yeah. They kept the whole stupid insults about like, why do you keep sucking Zach's cock and all that shit.
Yeah,
but I think at the end it was more about you.
Yeah, for the most part it was. It was more on me than anything else really. So when they called me, they posed as somebody different. You know, they're saying, "Oh, that girl Muzmuz is a bitch or whatever," and this call went on for a while. I want to say like maybe under an hour. It went on for a little bit. It was a decently lengthy call, and you know we were just kind of going back and forth, and they were just trolling the shit. I mean, there was a third guy in there. I don't remember his name, but there was a third individual who was another man.
And it wasn't Natman?
No, he was in there, but there was somebody else as well. I don't remember who the guy was. There was two guys and then the girl. That's what I do remember that.
It was probably either, I know there were people who were commenting but didn't actually make videos themselves. So, and that's honestly, I think that's what drove, what really made me anxious. There was no telling who. Yeah, like you had no idea who was like in their audience and who was gonna come after you. But I had to like break out the block hammer, and they acted like. And okay, you can tell they were teenagers because they were like they thought that was a sign of weakness that you were blocking people. It's like, no, that's smart. If
That's what we yeah.
if someone's harassing you, you block and report them.
Exactly. And YouTube's system, I don't know how much there's. I mean, I know YouTube is a.
They've gotten their channels
Yeah,
deleted.
but I'm saying like at the time, I remember the exact features YouTube had. Like you could click on the video, report it. You could select the comments on that video that were derogatory. You could do a lot of things. I don't know how much of that's changed now with YouTube's reporting system. I mean, ever since then, thankfully, I have not had to report anybody. But
well, I think YouTube has gotten a little easier because, you know, you've seen how much content disappears from YouTube.
Gosh, we had to report like numerous times a day, but it did work. It just took a little while, but it did happen.
It did. And then they would make a new channel, and then they'd come after you or me, being like, you blocked me now, and I'm like, yeah, and I'll do it again. Bam.
Yeah, exactly.
And
that's
it's
what we
like,
just kept doing.
It's like, yeah, that's like the more you try. It's like, when do you, how do you have to get in your head that the more time you come after me, the more time we're gonna go through this shit? Like, exactly. What do you honestly? It's like, what? You know, when I think about that, it's like, well, what do you have to gain from
exactly? It's like your shit's not working anymore.
Yeah, and I kind of think this is kind of like part of the reason I stopped doing commentaries, not just because you know, they've kind of run me off, but honestly, it's I kind of saw the whole situation as karma. Because I was getting exactly what I was giving for like the months prior to that, so I kind of felt bad that I was doing that. So at times I feel like I reaped what I sowed. So
yeah, because at the time, even before this all happened, I was starting to do my own commentary videos. I think I even took inspiration from yours, which is the whole reason why I did mine.
You copied my ass.
Yeah,
I did. You did that for years.
Yeah,
like
it was like 2011, 2012. I did it for about like a year or two, and
I'd say maybe I think like at least up until 2014, I'd say, honestly. I noticed right. whenever I was doing something, you were doing it too.
I took because I remember when you did that. I mean, I don't want to say I was. I mean, I kind of was, but it was just a lot of inspiration because I never knew anybody who did YouTube stuff. So you know, it's kind of like a Chris Bohr's AVGN situation where it was a lot of inspiration, but it kind of came off as copying and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So it's something not on that caliber, but you kind of see where my point's going.
I do know that Natman even put his own face on camera at one point to talk about us.
Really?
Do you remember that? It was like.
Oh, I want to say I do.
It was a video. It was called Natman's Summary on 2 Failures. I didn't watch it. I didn't watch any of the videos that came after.
I think I remember because I think if I remember, he was. I want to say this was a video. I remember he had dark hair. He had glasses, and
I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know what he. I have no idea what he said.
I don't even remember what he said. All I just know is that he was just obviously talking about us and probably just making fun of us or something. But that's about it. I don't know exactly what he said.
It's repetitive. It's repetitive. That's what I didn't get about like why there are so many. It's like, how many times can you say the same damn thing? And
yeah, exactly.
Especially that's you know what, with Red Mage, at least he said what he needed to do and he got it over with. But like her. She just rambled on and she kept saying the same thing. I remember her going, "She's an attention whore," or whatever. That's my British accent, but and then she like made fun of like that's what I don't get about when people who like they made fun of my Godzilla obsession, and I mean today I can see why you would, but like it's like, yeah, I had a theme. You have a theme. Yeah. Everyone who does commentaries on YouTube had a theme.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think people do I don't think people do too many commentaries
well,
anymore.
They still kind of exist, but you know, it's more like bigger YouTubers, and it's usually instead
more professional.
Of because how we did it, how the I guess old school, the movie maker days, you would just have either a channel icon or some picture of a character that you like that was like your icon for your channel, you know, much like a profile picture today. You would do that over your audio. That would be you talking. Then you show the clip of the video, and now it's done. It's the same thing today, except a lot more professionally done. Except now people are on camera with like HD cameras talking instead of a profile picture, and people are actually, you know, they make good points for the most part, depending on who you watch.
And then I remember things got like went way off the deep end when someone made a parody channel of you.
Oh yeah. It was a channel called like Critic Faggot 206 or something. Yeah, then there was like all these accounts that were just made just to like make fun of me and shit, and they were just trying to annoy me. But I remember that name distinctly because I think that's probably what you were referring to.
Yeah, that is it.
And I had to report those as well on top of everybody's comments on those videos that we were already reporting. So,
wow, protecting ourselves from douchebags like you. Wow, we're so horrible.
yeah, right, exactly.
I mean, when I think back, it's like, yeah, it's it was juvenile of them, and it was juvenile of us for keeping it going. And you apparently I think you kept attacking them on their videos. That's why.
Oh yeah, no, I was probably aside from them themselves, I was probably the biggest reason why that went on for so long because I didn't shut the fuck up.
I was so angry when I realized you were still commenting.
I know.
Like, dude, this is why they keep attacking me.
I know. Oh my God.
Because you keep giving them a reason to attack you.
Yeah, it was bad. I take a lot of responsibility for that because at the time, I was just a stupid teenager. I didn't know.
Well, yeah, and in the end, who won? Like, who really won in the end?
Exactly.
Like, I obviously, I mean, you're not using the same channel you were using. You have a different one, but I'm still here. I'm still making videos. It put me on hold because I wasn't sure. Again, I wasn't sure. It's like, what's the point if people are just going to attack me without? Because I was so worried I was going to be one of those channels who, like, no one was watching because it was just like it was there just to bait trolls.
Yeah, exactly. Now with me, I was for the longest time. I still post a random stupid video once in a while, but
yeah, exactly.
up through really last year, since I was under the name of Dnator in late 2014, my previous name,
right.
I was always somebody who tried to be like super edgy, as you've probably seen some of my most ridiculous videos I've made on that channel, and I regret a lot of the stuff I made, trust me. Yeah, I have a lot of videos privated and unlisted, even most recent ones I made, just because I'm like, yeah, okay, this is but I made a lot of cringeworthy shit, especially from 2014 to like over the past 5 years. I'm just like, oh God, what was I thinking?
I remember you had a politically correct rant.
Oh, Jesus Christ, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I made some videos about liking fat chicks or something. Oh, God. That, for whatever reason, got like 10K views. Don't fucking ask me why.
If one of those people were to come to us today, they were going to resume that fight from years ago, it's going to be like, well, look who's irrelevant now.
Yeah, it's like that would be the most pointless thing ever.
Well, I hope they've all matured.
You would think by an 8-year fucking difference, yeah, you would think, right? And now I remember when we started getting towards the end of this whole feud, I guess you want to call it. I don't know.
It wasn't even a feud. It was just like
just back and forth. BS,
yeah, it was. It kind of felt like it was. I don't want to say. Look, I mean, it was a trivial situation because we thought that YouTube was like the be all end all of like existence because that's all we had to like really express ourselves because early days of the internet and we were young, and it was trivial, and it was trivial on them. Like it was literally I call the whole situation just a bunch of stupid teenagers going at it over nothing. Basically, I can look back on some of them and I can say they were wrong for sure. Like I still there are some points I still believe they were wrong on. Like honestly, like you heard Redmage say that Beliebers were not relevant and were only relevant in 2010, and that was not true. I mean, they're not relevant anymore. Not anymore. That ship has not sailed. But they were there for a while, like even back in those days.
Yeah, even up to like the very early 2010s, I would say.
Yeah. But yeah, if people were upset about me for doing a video that was like 2 years old at the time, well, first off, I think that's on them for getting angry about that. Like, I didn't aspire to be like a part of any community of commentators. I don't know why they were treating me like that. After the scenario just ended in August of that year, one of them, I don't know who he was, but he was a frequent commentator, like in the comments of the videos. I mean, when he got a new channel, like he spammed my my channel's message board. He was like, it was like faggot, gay, your mom's ass. I'm like, that delete, block. It's like,
Yeah.
if I had just sat down and thought and
Yeah.
digested things, but again, being an autistic dude, when I'm also surrounded by family members, I'm trying to avoid at that point. That didn't help. So that was not a good environment.
Yeah. And then you had me.
It was a bad.
Shut
It
up,
was.
so.
It's multiple factors. It was taking. It was taking all the wrong steps in all the wrong directions. It was wrong place, wrong time. I also feel like I could have ignored the whole situation and just let it be.
That is probably what we both just should have fucking done. We should have, just ignore it, let it be, let it die down, report stuff if we have to. That is what we should have done. That is honestly what we should have, especially me, because I don't call me a hypocrite for that.
I don't know what they were expecting. Like, they think for some reason, again, they were like that. Enough was I thought deleting and getting people to like ward them off. I think a reason I brought you in because I thought if there was another person to like actually sticking up, but then they just like attacked you and they got you worse. It's like again, what do they expect me to do? Just like let them just sit there while they like trash my comments and thumb down my videos and let me become like a target for everyone on the I'm not everyone on the internet, but like like people. I also felt like if people saw I was only getting negative attention, like never mind that it's all the same people. I thought that like that would prevent me from growing.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. But Muzma's UK, she was probably the worst offender though. She was fucking relentless, just about as relentless as I was towards her. She would make a video, but I would make a video on her. She'd make a video on me. It went back and forth for like that whole fucking summer.
Did you make more videos after that? Like, did you actually make videos about them while like after the initial when you responded to their videos?
I mean, after the situation was over, it was over. But while it was happening, we were still going back and forth. And I remember I reported her so many times, like her videos, her comments, her channel. I reported everything so much. She actually got a community guideline strike and then proceeded to make a video making fun of me for her getting the strike. And I reported that. Then something happened.
Again, it's like how many times do we have to keep doing this before you actually get it through your head?
Yeah, it's like a clip from SpongeBob. Like, how many times are we going to teach you this lesson, old man? Yeah. So after that, I think something happened where she got another strike, or the videos got taken down, something of that nature. Then there was this website at the time called blip.tv, I think, or something, and she started uploading all the videos from YouTube to there because they got taken down from YouTube. She wasn't allowed to upload on YouTube anymore.
Right.
So, and then, because she was kind of stupid, because she made videos on her plans of what she was trying to do to me. So she literally made a public video saying that she's uploading her content to blip.tv. So I reported that to YouTube, explained what happened, and then I think that blip.tv account got taken away. That website's not even there. It's been long gone. Yeah, and then at the very end of it all, she posted, I don't remember exactly what she said, but something along the lines of, well, I'm not really going to be uploading or doing much anymore, yada yada. And I knew it was because of all the reporting. I basically nuked the fuck out of her channel. Like, it was dead.
I know.
Yeah. So.
But well, again, I think we both reaped what we sowed, and she reaped what she sowed too.
Yeah, so I guess we all kind of deserve something. And
I feel like, honestly, like maybe it's childish of us to even be talking about it, but I think.
Well, I don't think so, because you know what? We're just reminiscing. We've learned from our mistakes. We're mature now, so I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Because I love to go back on old shit and talk about stupid shit I've done in the past. Because it's a good reflection to see how you've changed.
I've been silent about this whole issue. Like, I've never once talked about this, or people. There's like one or two people who keep asking me when I'll ever make another commentary again, and I'm like, well, maybe someday. But I wanted to, first I wanted to explain what happened. I think now we got this out of the way. So, especially when you talk about how relentless she was, like, at the same time, obviously I have to throw myself and you under the bus for our stupidity. But
especially me, because Jesus Christ.
This was like a situation that, like, it was a first world problem of teenagers in the early 2010s.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought that our whole summer was ruined, but was like ruined. Of course, now we have this summer to really make that summer run or run for its money. But when I think about that attitude, the stigma that those people were giving us, it's sad to think that I would love to say that that's just teenagers on the internet in the early 2010s, but you still see people acting like that, like as
Oh
adults in
yeah,
real life. The
yeah, I
whole
know.
stigma that like I'm gonna harass you, be a jerk to you, and if you fight back, you're the dangerous one, you're the weak one. We see that in real life.
Yeah, we see people playing victim all the time, and it's sad, but that's just the way it is. That's
Not even playing victim. It's just being a like
that's being
just
a
being a
piece of shit, basically.
relentless dick and
Yeah,
calling people like acting like people are the bad guys because they're trying to like
stand up for themselves and
stop
stuff.
trying to like out people as the bad guys. I hate to say it, but I feel like the muzz stigma is like out there. It's that's like American culture basically.
Yeah,
At least it's become that. Like I don't think it
yeah.
was
As
back
much as I
then.
hate to agree, I can't deny that. I agree with that definitely.
Yeah, yeah. You see that like that's honestly yeah, the attitudes you see of those troll like it's hard to call them trolls when that's it feels like that's like a superiority complex.
Yeah,
And I think it also helped that those people also had numbers on their side. I feel like if those guys did not have their little following,
yeah. This probably would have ended. It probably would have ended a lot more sooner, even if
yeah,
I didn't shut the hell up like I should have. But
yeah, it would have. Oh, that's another term I couldn't get my head around. Taking shit seriously. They're like, oh, you're taking my commentary seriously. It's like, well, you kind of are. So yeah,
uh,
I am.
yeah, exactly. It's like, how do you expect me to react? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, they were in their own little world and we were in ours, and
Yeah,
they collided horribly. But I don't do videos like I did back in the day anymore. Yeah, again, I progressed. But so I think I was definitely in the wrong, but I think everyone was really in the wrong in this situation. If they were in such a better position than we were back then, maybe they're in a better position than we are now. So meaning they are
probably.
more mature, they're onto their lives, and therefore we shall move on as well.
Exactly.
So, all right. Well, thank you for joining me, Dnator, on this lovely special of mine.
Yep.
Cheers to 10 years.